Hello, everybody, and welcome into That Real Texas Team Podcast, episode 61 here on the channel, and we are previewing Week 18. While you're here, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button. We're trying to grow the channel. We actually lost a subscriber. We're down to 248, so I'd like to see that number jump back up and eventually get over 250 and catch up with Third and Teal, those boys over there holding it down, talking about Duval. Somehow they still have a lead, but they can't win a game in real life. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. Well, I guess they swept the Titans and the Colts.
Don't judge me. I think their fans can't figure out how to unfollow. They haven't figured out how to click on the button. I just think that's what it is because the Jags suck balls. I said it.
Well, perfect segue into talking about our main man, Mike, over here. You can follow him at Mass3 Productions across all social media platforms. Trying to grow his YouTube channel as well. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Down here at the bottom, we got Pac-Man Freestyle, a.k.a. Chris, a.k.a. Slim Chickens. You can find him as the host of That's Crazy Podcast and Talk, holding it down, reviewing music, talking all sorts of fun stuff. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Let's get into this, all right? They are wearing the Houston Oilers throwback jerseys this week in Nashville.
Oh, some bitches.
Every time. I'm doing everything in my power to get tickets, providing that there's not a fucking cataclysmic ice storm happening at the moment. I will be at the game, and that is a real possibility of an ice storm happening during the game.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So that could be interesting. With that being said, though, I've not gone to a Titans-Texans game in Nashville and seen the Texans lose in a long time.
It's not start this week.
Yeah. The last time it happened was 2020. And there was nobody in the stands, obviously, because that stupid thing that happened to us all.
The thing we shall not mention. I get you.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, I've probably been to about eight games in the Titans Stadium, just watching just the Texans. I don't think I've seen them lose, but maybe once, and that was like the first game.
Who was the quarterback then?
David Carr.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I think he beat him once, maybe.
Yeah, he did.
But let's get back onto the modern day era here. Injuries this week, limited participants. Kamari Laster. We've got the fuck. Harris. I thought it said Harns, and I was like, wow, my doctor.
Who the fuck is that
guy? Scruggs, also limited participant. Did not participate. Danico Autry, 2 straight days, no participation. Fotokasi, Shaq Mason, Jeff Okuda did not participate at practice today.
So practice went good then.
Yeah, he won't be playing. He has concussion. So
wait a minute. How did he get concussion?
I don't know. Maybe practice or something. Who knows? But I saw.
Did he fall it? Did he slip on the sidelines?
No, he bumped into Jimmy Ward.
I can see that. And he wasn't even playing.
In a wheelchair.
Exactly.
In a wheelchair.
Will Anderson Jr., Nick Broker, full participants for the Titans. No Tyler Boyd, no Amani Hooker, no Arden Key, Otis Reese, Tajay Spears, and Jalen Duncan did not participate. Limited participant, their kicker Nick Folk, Tony Pollard, and Chiga Okonkwo. Full participant, offensive lineman Dylan Radens. So doesn't sound like Shaq Mason's going to be back. They're trying to figure out exactly the extent of his knee injury, because that's what it is. That it is a knee injury.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're just dragging their ass about it.
If you're still trying to figure it out, it's broken. Let it go.
Yeah.
It's It doesn't work.
Yeah, he's also
It don't
old,
work.
and I'm pretty sure Juice is going to be starting there. So
Correct.
No, but do you know how crazy it was? We looked this up. Shaq Mason ain't even that goddamn old.
he
He's
did
not
look
old.
that up.
He's
He's
like
not an old
31,
lineman.
32.
That's young.
Yeah,
He's not Trent Williams.
right. That's true. That's true. He does have that going for him. He's got some time to not suck. But again, with no Mason at right guard, as Chris had said, Juice Scruggs will be filling in. So the offensive line looks like Laramie Tunsil, Titus Howard at left guard, center Jarrett Patterson, right guard Juice Scruggs, right tackle Blake Fisher. How are we feeling about that?
Just means we can't run the ball.
We're going to see the same offensive line we saw before.
Nah. It's Juice Scruggs' first time playing right guard.
I said what I said.
Now, to me, it doesn't matter at all who is playing right tackle, right guard, or center, or what combination of whom is playing there. And here's why. Because you have taken your right tackle and made him your left guard, the left side of your line is not going to be focused on by any defensive scheme at all.
Nope.
At all. The right side of your line will be the focus of every single blitz, all the stunts. They're going to make the young guys think. And what are offensive linemen not great at?
Thinking.
There we go.
I would just run like right. And then, like I say, they're all young. So what Blake Fisher, is he a rookie?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm running right. Oh my God, like I'm running right through him and Juice. That's all they did. That's all they did with Juice and Kenyon. They ran right through. I understand that it's not. Man, I'm gonna run through Jared Patterson and Juice. It don't matter. Juice is right there. I'm gonna run in between either one of those dudes.
You
because
put Juice
ain't
on
no better.
one side or the other. It's the same guy. It's still Juice.
Yeah, that's just how I
orange
feel
juice,
about
apple juice, grape juice. It's still juice.
Yeah,
now, to me, wouldn't it make the most sense to have Titus kick in to right guard and then have like kind of spread the wealth a little bit?
No, you might. If you're gonna do that, you might as well put Titus back at right tackle. If you're gonna put him back on the right side, you might as well put him back at right tackle. That's just how I feel about it.
No, but what Curtis said makes sense. You got one side.
I get what you're saying, but
with no experience, they're not experienced. When Juice Scruggs is the elder statesman of your right side of your line, you're in deep shit.
Is he?
I don't know.
He
would be.
He's slightly older than Patterson.
I thought Patterson was older than him. I thought Patterson was already 25.
Is he 25? I didn't think so.
I think Juice was 23 when we drafted him, so he'd be 24, almost 25 now. And then Jared,
I know for a fact Juice did 5 years at Penn State. Might have been damn near 6. I think they gave him an extra year. They gave him an extra year for that spine shit. And that man had to learn to walk again. I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying. He learned how to walk, but he never learned how to block. So
yeah, Jarrett Patterson,
25.
Nope. It's yeah. Yeah, he's 25, and then Juice is 24.
Okay.
Yep. So he's got a touch more age on him, but Jarrett Patterson and Blake Fisher played together, right?
Did they? They would have. They would have played at least a year.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now put that together.
Yeah, I didn't either. Interesting. Anyway, so the offensive line is what? I think it's its 5th or 6th combination now for the season. It's been a problem all year. What are the expectations for this offensive line against a defensive line that gave us fits earlier in the year? We need this game to kind of build something to carry on into the playoffs. That's why I think this game is even being played by the starters. So, gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
What are my
My
expectations
thoughts are
or
going to
what
be
are my
negative. So
predictions?
Expectations. What do you realistically expect?
Oh, realistically. Okay. I thought we were going to that imaginary shit. I was like, hey, they're not going to touch CJ once.
Yeah.
And the only way they don't touch CJ once is if CJ doesn't get on the plane to Tennessee. That's the only fucking way he doesn't get touched with this offensive line in front of him.
Yeah.
I just expect them to play better than they did the last time we played Tennessee. Like I said, at some point, these are grown men. They're highly paid athletes. You got to take some goddamn pride. That ass kicking you took against the Ravens, every part of me wants to believe the conspiracy shit that we lost that shit on purpose. I so want to believe that. I do. Because I didn't think I'd see a game worse than the Minnesota game. Then look what I got for Christmas.
Yeah. Chris?
Oh yeah, so I understand that. I understand they have to play because they have to get some reps in to maybe to prepare themselves for the playoffs. To have not necessarily get some reps in, but let's say to get them some motivation going into the playoffs. I'm of the mindset everybody should sit. You should just let let Davis. That's just how I feel. I understand. I agree that that's what they should do. That they should play to try to get some motivation going into the playoffs. But my mind's also telling me, you know how they have that Kermit thing where you have like your good Kermit and your evil Kermit telling you my evil Kermit's telling me like they should just all sit because like I mean it just as bad as it's been, the season's already been bad. Like I mean, especially with the offensive line and like
Yeah, I do
my whole
understand.
thing is these last few weeks, even that Miami game, I know we won, but we won because of the defense. We didn't win because the offense was great. We won because the defense was great. You know, and it's been like that all year, and it's just been trending down. We're lucky we weren't the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm gonna say something that's real controversial. I really wish Arden Key was playing.
Why?
Because next week Blake Fisher's gonna have to deal with TJ Watt.
Well, he'll still have Harold Landry on the field. And they have a couple other serviceable edge rushers. Obviously, no TJ Watt, but Harold Landry is the premier edge rusher in Tennessee.
Especially because TJ Watt only rushes from that side.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying I know for a fact he's gonna see a lot of TJ.
Oh yeah, bro.
Because even if TJ did switch sides, he's gonna avoid going against Laramie Thompson. Everybody does. Yeah. Myles Garrett went most of the year without swapping sides. Then Laramie came in town. All of a sudden, he's rushing on the right side. He's like, "Fuck that shit." That guy's good. He's good at what he does.
Well, good thing TJ don't have to worry about that. But like I say, and as of right now, and that's even if we play them. Now, not saying if we have to play the Chargers, it'll be any better. Their defense isn't nothing to sneeze at either. So like I'm just
their defense might actually be better than Pittsburgh's.
And that's my point exactly. I don't know. I'm going to watch the game, but the outcome of this game is not going to, regardless of if we win or lose, it's not going to sway me on the playoffs because as of right now, we are not playoff ready. People can say whatever they want, and even if we can beat the dog shit out the Titans, and I won't feel like we playoff ready because we shouldn't have lost to them the first time. And I don't know.
Good veteran teams can turn it on when the playoffs come. We're not a good veteran team.
I will remind both of you of a young man named Eli Manning, who in both Super Bowl wins, the first one was a 7 seed, who snuck in at 9-7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They played like absolute dog water and then beat an undefeated Patriots team.
But their defense beat the shit out of the Patriots.
Yeah. Are we drawing the similarities yet?
Yeah, but also, okay, so look. Okay, so, but.
And CJ's better than Eli. I said it.
So, no, look, and I agree with you. I think about those things too. But this is my problem. We can't have the mistakes. How many mistakes did Eli make in the playoffs? Eli didn't have to be good because he wasn't. I didn't think he surely wasn't good. He made one good pass, in each Super Bowl. One good pass.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't gonna shit on that man like that. He made more than one good pass.
There's a reason he was Super Bowl MVP twice.
So yeah, he made more than one good pass. He saved his best game for the end.
But think about it like this: they had a fucking they had a premier defense, which I think we have. I think we have a premier defense. I think our defense can be a Super Bowl defense. It's not our defense I'm scared of. It's just, can we limit the mistakes? Because mistakes is what is caused us problems. We should have won the Detroit game. Mistakes on the offensive side lost us that game. We should have won the Green Bay game. Jordan Love threw 2-3 interceptions. Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions. We lost those games, and our defense was stellar in those games. And but how long, if we're making mistakes on the offensive side, including CJ, he gets some of the blame too, even though it's not all his fault.
Everybody get blamed. That shit's so bad. Everybody gets some blame.
The Baltimore game, we got the brakes beat off of us. We're gonna miss that one. But even the Kansas City game, CJ threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna talk about the Baltimore game because our defense got boat raced by Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Also, even though they were kind of good in the first quarter or whatever, But that's how I feel right now. If our offense can't do what Kansas City, I know they got the reps, you can say too, but if our offense can't at least be decent, like, because Kansas City is actually, even though the refs have still been there, they've actually been better recently in the past couple of weeks.
Lately,
they've been better. If they can just, like, no mistakes. Like I'm not saying no mistakes, and we don't finish in the red zone. Like all year, we do not finish in the red zone at all. Every once in a while, CJ gets a touchdown pass in the red zone, but like they depend on Joe Mixon to get that ball in there. That's what they depend on in the red zone. They don't depend on CJ passing.
Just to put it all in perspective, the defense that Nick Caserio built at the beginning of the season was meant for playoff football. It is a playoff football defense, but the problem of it is we have not had that defense healthy all year. It's either
they still been good,
or somebody's been suspended, somebody's been hurt, or
somebody's been running their mouth and don't nobody know who they are. Tim Settle,
bro. I don't have an issue with what Tim Settle is saying. I really don't
either. I'm just talking
because Tim Settle's not playing bad.
No, he's actually playing pretty good. I just one of those things that
I said it before. I didn't know who the fuck. They need to stop putting the camera in front of Tim Settle. That's the fucking thing.
Hey, Tim Settle talks a lot. Hey, no, like not trying to be funny. Tim Settle talks more than anybody, and like not just for the Texans. Like when he was with the Bills, Tim Settle talks a lot, and I did not realize that. But I done went back. Tim Settle talks a lot for somebody who has never been like a premier player ever in his career. This is probably the most sacks he's ever had in his life.
Curtis, it's crazy. He's also played more for us than he has anybody else. Curtis, can you tell me what Foley Fodakasi looks like?
big motherfucker.
That's it. But no, you notice out of everybody on the team, he has not been interviewed. Most of these other guys, they've been interviewed so many times, you know what they look like without them. I've never seen Foley.
Yeah, I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Nope. And every once in a while, I see an interview online that they're doing with a Texans player, and I'll be looking like, please tell me who this is. Who is this? Who is this guy?
I'm not used to seeing you without your numbers on.
Can you put a helmet on real quick? Maybe that'll help.
Okay. That's
that's number 38. That's number 38.
Like I said, the defense. I think our defense will be fine in the playoffs. I don't worry about the defense. I'm solely worried about the offense.
Fuck that. Our defense will not be fine if Foley isn't back in the middle of their defense.
Well, that too.
Since he's been out, everybody's ran all over us. Everybody.
That is true.
Because
we were one of the best running defense.
Foley's not playing this Sunday, is he?
No.
He don't need to play. He needs to rest and be ready for the playoffs.
Neither is Danico Autry.
He needs to rest and be ready for the playoffs. I don't care. The whole defense to rest for all I care. Then put in the backups. I don't care about what the defense does this weekend. I want to see
we have two rookies. They need every snap that they can.
Yeah, they can play.
I want to see Dylan Horton get a sack. I would love to see that this weekend. I would love to see that long neck bastard throw a touchdown. Because if we're up by at least 10 by halftime, I don't want to see the starters anymore.
Yeah.
But I want to see decentness from the starters. Like, I don't want to
bro, what do you think?
Okay, so the beginning of the year, we were having a
lead ain't shit to brag about.
Like, we were having stellar first halves. Like in the beginning of the year, like our first halves were great, and then it's like our second halves was like, so like I kind of don't even want to see them for the first half, because what if they have a great first half? That's what they had been doing all year until the last couple of games. That's what they had been doing.
The last couple of games, it looked like shit. Bro,
yeah, but we also don't have a Tank Dell no more. No Stephon Diggs no more.
I don't give a shit. Bro, he played a game. CJ played a game last year where a guy that's no longer on any team in the NFL was his number one receiver. So I'm not going to blame it on not having weapons or anything. Bro, I'm getting excited about watching Dameon Pierce return kicks. Tell me how bad we have fallen.
Yeah.
I know, because he does look great, though. I ain't gonna lie. He does look great.
Who the fuck thought that this guy, when we drafted him and he played his first year, you did not think he'd be relegated to returning kicks?
No, well, I mean, he ain't been nothing since his first year. He's been injury prone, but that's besides the point. We know we're not going to get to. Dameon Pierce has and I like Dameon Pierce as a running back, but it got to the point to where Motor ended up being our running back one last year. Towards the end of the year. Did you watch him play?
If you watched him play, you understood completely why.
Well, I know why, but
it wasn't just that Dameon Pierce was having a bad year. Devin Singletary was having a good one. He was having a good year.
Yeah.
And he should thank us.
So before we get into pitch count for everybody, Pro Bowlers this year: Joe Mixon, Nico Collins, Derek Stingley, and Laramie Tunsil. Our alternates: C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson Jr., Kaimi Fairbairn, Tommy T, and Daniil Hunter.
How the hell disrespectful?
Yeah. Okay. So how is it that Will Anderson makes it, but Daniil Hunter doesn't? He leads our team in sacks.
Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter are both alternates.
Alternates, both of them.
They're both alternates. Okay, my bad.
Will Anderson, I'll give the benefit of the doubt because he's missed games this year, even though he still had a pretty good year. But Daniil Hunter has been one of the best defensive ends
in football
all fucking year long.
Yeah, and to be honest, it was kind of quiet too. It was quiet in my opinion at first. Like I thought, because like he just kind of showed up, and all of a sudden he has 12 sacks. What do you got? Like 12 sacks?
Yeah, he's got 12. Will Anderson Jr.'s got 11. Tim Settle has 5.
That's what I say. That's the most he probably had his whole career.
But like I said, he's played more for us than he has any other team.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get sacks when you got Neil Hunter and Will Anderson rushing to another side.
If I were the Pro Bowl committee, I would have made one change. I guess technically 2. I would have switched Laramie Tunsil out as an alternate for Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter. Because I feel like they both really kind of deserve it.
No, but that's the thing. You can't. Same thing I said about Laramie. His guy doesn't touch the quarterback.
Look, I get it. I didn't say he shouldn't have any sort of nod. I say it could be an alternate. I just
who
would start over?
Sure. What do you mean? Who's going to start over him? Nobody.
No.
I don't know.
But I will say the 2 guys that are starting over Daniil, one of them is Max Crosby.
He's hurt.
I don't get that. I don't get why Max Crosby was even voted in before him to begin with. I don't.
Well, I don't either. Nice. But he's hurt. He's not playing.
Yeah. Who else is there? Is Trey Hendrickson? Yeah, he's leading the league. He's leading the league in sacks. It's amazing that he's leading the league in sacks on a bad defense, on probably the worst defense in the league.
They're on the field the most.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's no. But think about it like this. Though. He leads the league in sacks, but his team has the least sacks in the league.
Yeah.
Because he has all of them. He has all the sacks.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Bro, it's not the first time. It sounds crazy. It's not the first time.
Oh, no, I'm sure definitely. It was just that, man.
TJ Watt used to do the same thing in Pittsburgh. Nobody else could get to the quarterback but him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of that way.
Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett.
Let's do a pitch count real quick, okay? If it's not like out by the certain quarter, or maybe we don't want to see them play the whole game, the starters. We know that. But at what point maybe do you say, all right, let's go ahead and pull them? What's your pitch count? For me, I mean, with Mixon and Nico, I want them to hit the 1,000 yards, and then I'm good. They can sit.
I agree.
Mixon might run the ball 3 times, and then I want this to be a Dameon Pierce game.
Yeah.
Let him get 1,000 to where he can prove his point that he's not washed, which he should have already proved that to a bunch of people. But hey,
yeah,
you got to get that 4-digit number to do that.
Mm-hmm. Which he'd have been reached 1,000 without hip drop tackles. But I digress.
Yep, definitely. But I want to see Dameon Pierce run for a 100-yard game. So yeah, Joe Mixon can't play the whole game.
Yeah. For me, I mean, like, if the interior offensive line is still getting graded like Swiss cheese or some shit, I need Stroud out of the game as early as possible. I don't care if we're losing when that happens. The goal is not like, I know that the ownership hates the Titans organization, and their ownership hates the Houston Texans organization. It's very personal for both owners. So I know that they're probably like, you already goofed the one in Houston. So we need to make a statement up here in Nashville.
And the disrespectful shit of wearing those jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what nobody said. That's disrespectful as fuck. You could have worn them jerseys against anybody else.
2 years in a row.
Okay.
2 years in a row in Nashville, we played them with the Oilers uniforms.
And they wanted to wear them in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to wear them this year against Houston. They wanted to wear them in Houston.
I'll burn them at the stake.
bro. The trash that would have been thrown on that field.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Like I said, stat watching, looking for the 1K markers here. Joe Mixon needs a total of 7 yards on the ground. He's got 304 in the air as well. So
Not a big deal.
it's not, but he's got, I think, 1 touchdown through the air and 11 on the ground. Nico Collins, 32 yards away from 1,000. He's got 6 touchdowns on the year.
If anybody doesn't get it, it probably would be Nico.
Yeah.
Nico's the one guy I'm like, we've already paid him his contract. He's already viewed as one of the best receivers in the NFL, and he has hamstring issues.
Yeah. Well, people are still gonna be like, well, he didn't get 1,000 yards last year. It's gonna be a thing. Like they still it bothers me that one year that DeAndre Hopkins had to suffer through Brian Hoyer and Ryan Mallett and not have 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That hurt.
Well, a lot of people don't.
And I thought Ryan Mallett was going to be good.
We all did.
Oh yeah.
I
didn't
think Brock Osweiler was going to be good, but I thought Ryan Mallett was going to be good.
Well, I knew Brock Osweiler. I knew Brock Osweiler was going to be tall. That's about it.
Yeah, that's all I knew about him too. Ryan Mallett showed like a flash, and like that was it.
You remember that, Curtis? You remember that one year that Andre Johnson had almost 1,200 yards and like 2 touchdowns?
Yeah. Yeah. It was disrespectful.
Very.
And here's the weird part. That season where Ryan Mallett and Hoyer were going back and forth, it seemed like whoever they started in a game would suck ass. At halftime, they'd switch, and the other quarterback would come in and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw for 300 real quick," like, and just keep us in the game or outright win the game. I don't know what the hell that is, but if that's what you have to do to be fucking winning games when you are without a franchise quarterback, hell.
I remember that. I called it relief pitching.
Mm-hmm. That's the only time.
Literally.
So like I was saying, like the 1K yards, that's really the only ones who are kind of close to that, or any really significant mile markers. Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, and Settle are the only defensive players with stats in range to make a dent. In theory, providing a massive game from either or Will Anderson Jr. or Daniil Hunter, they could take the lead in the sack count with a massive game.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's going to have to be a hell of a game.
Massive game.
I won't be honest.
I'm not really worried about
those 2 guys. I don't think it even matters to them. I don't think it matters.
No, but the last time we played the Titans, we sacked Will Levis 9 times.
Is he playing this game?
It is Mason Rudolph and Will Levis. They are going to be playing both quarterbacks.
Oh, wow. Fuck. They might have a massive game.
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph can't run away from shit either.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna. That's Brian Callahan announced that earlier this week. Will Levis and Mason Rudolph will be playing in the final game of the season.
There's gonna be mayonnaise all over the field.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I think Brian Callahan's trying to get fired. I really
shit. Possible.
He said, "Let me see how much I can fucking do." You know what? I saw how Lovey and old Cully got paid to sit at home. Let me see if I can work out one of them too.
Yeah. Practice my have you guys seen that video of Phillip Rivers explaining like the prime time window to make a baby?
Oh God, I've never seen that, but I can just
he's
imagine.
actually the perfect guy to say that.
I know. It's literally he just can't. He's like, man, like right after she gets off of her menstrual cycle, and there's like a 3-day window. That's like the perfect time. It's like, all right, Philip, I'm gonna need you to relax and let her breathe. Okay, She's been having nothing but kids for the last like 18 years of her life. Let her chill.
I was like, I can't even think. It was him and one other football player. They gave him a TV show. He had so many fucking kids.
It can't be. It's not Cromartie, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
He had
He's
like
the other one.
12 kids or whatever.
And during the show, it was like sort of funny because his wife had her tubes tied and he had been fixed, and she turned out to be pregnant again. I was like, God damn.
Y'all meant to have a fucking football team. Fuck. All right, let's reel this back in a little bit. Let's talk about predictions, gentlemen. The Titans are actually favored by 1.5 points in this game.
What the fuck?
The over-under here is 36.5 points. Now, I think the spread started a lot more in the Titans' favor because everybody assumed Houston would be sitting players. And I think Vegas is still assuming that Houston starters will not play the whole game. So I think that's where that's coming from. If I had to guess.
But
if anyone's interested, the money line is plus 105 for the Texans.
Oh. Okay.
So, Chris, let me hear your prediction, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to go down in Nashville?
Oh, I don't. I want to say some good thing. Like I want to say some, and it's not even about them beating us earlier than the year. I'm of course going to say the Texans are going to win, regardless if it's Davis Mills out there playing. It's just I'm not really excited about this game. This is probably the least excited game that I am because I think it's a pointless game. And like I told you fellas earlier, I don't even think that, even though I know that they should because they have been so hard play at least a quarter or half. I don't think they should play because it's a meaningless game, and I just think people should rest because fuck it. If Saquon Barkley is not going for the rushing record, I understand. I'm not talking about the Texans, but if Saquon Barkley is not going to go for the rushing record to rest, and their offensive line is going to rest, we might as well do it too because because they need to figure something out. Maybe they'll see something out there with that. Maybe how you say CJ needs to just sit down and maybe watch Davis Mills just let loose. I don't know, but I'm gonna go. God. 21-13 Texans.
All right, Mike.
Well, guys, I just have to ask, wouldn't it be fucking amazing if they put Davis Mills in and Bobby Slowick starts calling completely different plays?
Well, I would
like we don't
have to with Davis Mills.
No. Why would you need to? Other than he needs to call better plays. Other than that, Davis Mills' arm is actually probably stronger than CJ's.
Oh, I agree that it is, but he's nowhere near as accurate.
And he's mobile. Like, you really shouldn't have to change your offense that much with Davis Mills. But I wish Bobby Slowick would. You know what? I wish Bobby Slowick would take a week off. Let Gerard Johnson call plays this week.
Yeah.
Because you need to start scheming for next week.
You know, that actually just gave me a thought. Do you guys remember a couple preseasons ago, it was like a new thing where coaches were letting younger coaches like take over the coaching responsibilities for like a game in the preseason? Yep. We should do that in the preseason. We should do that now.
At least, we should do it right now. But I mean,
it's kind of like the summer league and
yeah. At least that last game that technically doesn't mean shit, that none of your starters play anyway. It's like all the guys that are still trying to make the team. Let the position coaches, the guys that actually know them, run this shit.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Let Matt Burke actually be a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, instead of just a I don't actually know what he does. I guess he's just there when D'Amico's not. I don't know.
He's probably a quality guy.
That makes sense. All right, Mike, continue.
That's really disrespectful to that spread.
No, it isn't.
No, not your spread. I mean,
No, I'm talking. No, I'm talking about theirs. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It ain't disrespectful.
How far we falling? You remember when the spread was always over 40? Yeah, it was a long time ago, like week 3.
You mean the over under?
24. Yeah, the over under. I'm sorry, 24. Oh God. 24-10.
You can't even confidently come up with a score prediction. But a lot
because
of
I don't know who the fuck's playing.
And that's the issue with this game. And like you don't know who's playing, you don't know what's gonna happen. I honestly think I went too high with 21. And you know what? My score might be right, but it might be the other way around. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I could not, but I'm going to give a score prediction in the Texans' favor, which I'm going to do every week. Because I believe that we could have beat Baltimore. I believe now. I didn't believe that Baltimore could have beat the shit out of us until I started watching the game and realized that we were going to get the shit beat out of us. But I felt like we could have won that game. I mean, until it started, of course. Because once it started, that was a different story.
Oh shit, bro! I started googling the NFL scripts. That shit was so bad, man.
That game probably looks a lot different if Aziz and Foley are playing, but
correct.
Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell. There's a lot of ifs,
Yeah.
but everybody's hurt except
Right.
for apparently Baltimore.
So if your prediction is too high, if Mike's is too high, then mine's going to sound crazy. Because I think Houston's.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will. So my score prediction is not just what I think is a perfect world outcome. I think this is the outcome that Houston's offense needs to put up this week to feel any sort of confidence going into next week.
Oh shit.
They score all of the points in the first half and rest the starters in the second half. 38-10.
Fuck me.
I want them to win. I don't want to sit here and sound like I don't want them to win. It's just hard to be happy.
No, I hear you. This is a weird one. It doesn't really matter much. If we lose, we're just 9-8, which means we regressed, but we still won the division. We're still in the playoffs.
We won the division weeks ago.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
I'm
gonna be honest with you. I think we won the division week 4.
When did we play Indianapolis? The second time? Week 8?
Yeah.
Week 8, we definitely had it. But it's like it was.
That was
the division.
Since week 8, we have not had less than a 2-game lead in the division.
But this year, at any point, did it ever seem actually in question?
Not to be honest, no. Like you got because Anthony Richardson's night and day. The only team that had a chance was the Colts, and Anthony Richardson's night and day. One day he wants to throw for 200 yards.
He's not good. You're being nice to him. He's not good. Just say it. He's not good.
Yeah,
he's not.
I like Anthony Richardson. I'm not going to do him like that.
Well, all right. Look, gentlemen, we've talked at great length here about this game. We don't know who we're going to play in the playoffs, but let me ask you this, and then we'll get out of here, okay? So we know the Chiefs and the Bills are locked in at 1 and 2. We know that we're locked in at 4. We know that the Chargers and the Steelers are guaranteed into the playoffs. We just don't know if the Ravens or Steelers will be the 3 or the 5. And we need to know if the Broncos, the Dolphins, or the Bengals, by a string of miracles, make the playoffs. So, of the field, if we end up with, where it's at right now, the Ravens at the 3, Steelers at the 5, and then any of the other 3 teams at the 7 spot, do you think it even matters which team makes it? Do you think that, because in my opinion, if there's a world where the Bills are upset in the first round, it is by the hands of the Bengals.
Yep. If anybody's upset, it probably will be the Bengals.
Yeah.
They're the most Joe Burrows is the most, I've said it, we talked about it to some extent. Joe Burrows is technically the MVP.
Yeah.
But his team's trash.
Defense.
His
Just the
team's
defense.
trash.
The defense.
No,
You can't say
it
the team.
It ain't just the defense. Who's their running back?
That don't even matter. They got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Chase
did
Brown.
you not see that? Did you not see that last touchdown? And I know he had 3, but did you not see that touchdown pass he caught in overtime? Because Joe Burrow is like our kicker's doo-doo. He's like our kicker's doo-doo. I'm going to throw this crazy touchdown pass to T. Higgins, and he's going to catch it because T. Higgins is a dog.
Yep.
And with that all being said, it still comes back to the same thing. Who threw the pass?
I know who threw the pass.
With the Bengals in the field, if the hypothetical world happens where they upset the Bills and we beat the 5 seed Steelers, if that is what happens, we would play the Ravens in the second round.
Fuck me.
And the Bengals would play the Chiefs.
So I don't want that to happen. I would rather play the Chiefs in the second round if we beat the Steelers.
Correct. The only way for us to play the Chiefs is if the Bills and the Ravens both win.
Exactly.
And if that happens, I think we would play the Chiefs. That's our best shot at getting to the AFC Championship game.
I agree.
I don't think that's there's really no other way to do it.
Unless, I do not. Right now, I don't want to play the Ravens again. I don't.
It's too early.
Well, what I'm saying is the Ravens would be playing the Chargers. If the Chargers were to upset the Ravens, that coupled with a Bills upset, where the Bengals upset the Bills, then we're playing a home game in the divisional round against the Chargers.
Which I'm okay with. I wouldn't mind playing the Chargers. Even though their defense is good, we haven't played them. And Justin Herbert's a great quarterback, but he did lose a 27-point lead to Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
we can't forget that.
I'm sitting up and thinking about it. I'm like, as crazy as that sounds, that could actually fucking happen.
Yeah. Now,
playoff Lamar. It's a thing.
Right.
Except for against us. I don't want to play Lamar in the playoffs because Lamar seems to have a Texans
even against us, he didn't even fucking shred us. They beat us, but he didn't fucking shred us. Like he should. He's the MVP, right? 2-time MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he ain't gonna win it this year. They giving that to Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm. And we both
they giving it to Josh. You saying they giving it to Josh Allen? I'm telling you what's going to happen.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not saying Josh Allen was better.
No, if they're not giving it to Joe Burrows, they need to give it to Saquon.
Why would they give? They better not give it to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow might not even make it in the playoffs. I think.
But if he does, though,
either give it to Josh Allen. First of all, they're giving it to Josh Allen. It's either going to be Josh Allen or Lamar. Number one, Lamar is obviously the better quarterback who should win it, but they're going to give it to Josh Allen because they're tired of giving it to Lamar because he don't do nothing with it after he wins it.
Right.
Hence why I say give it to Saquon.
If the Saturday slate this weekend is the first game is Ravens-Browns, and that'll determine, or at least help determine, the 3 seed. If the Ravens lose to the Browns, the very next game, Saturday night, is Steelers-Bengals. So the Bengals have to beat the Steelers to get into the playoffs. And if the Steelers want to win the division, they have to win the game. However, Steelers could lose and the Bengals could end up 9-7 or 9-8, whatever. And then the Broncos are playing the Chiefs, who are resting everybody, in a win and in situation.
Damn.
What are the chances that they choke that? Very slim. So it's probably not happening for the
Man,
Bengals.
I honestly
or the
think the Chiefs go make sure that they lose to the Broncos because they don't have to play the Bengals. People can say what they want, but so they don't have to play the Bengals because that's the only team. Even though their defense is horrid, I think that's the only team besides us because I think we could beat them. That has a chance to upset them. But I do not want the Bengals to play the Chiefs.
I just have to put that out there, but just put this out. You know who's starting for the Cleveland Browns, right?
Is it DTR?
DTR, I'm gonna say DTR.
Oh,
It's not Jameis?
Zappy.
What?
Oh,
Yep. Zappy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yep, that's
all right.
Lamar they might pull Lamar after halftime.
If the Ravens win, then 3 seeds locked up. The Steelers could rest their players.
and still get in.
Oh, well, they'd be locked in at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd be locked in at the 5. And then if the Broncos end up losing to the Chiefs, they will be kicked out of the playoffs and replaced by either the Dolphins, who are playing the Jets, or the
So number one, see, and I'm so terrified about this Cincinnati thing because I have this strange feeling that Cincinnati's going to get in because I feel this is what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to tell you, Aaron Rodgers' last game. He is starting, mind you. Why I don't know, but he is starting. Aaron Rodgers is about to go. It's about to throw for a bunch of yards, and the Jets is going to win this game for some reason. And then the Broncos are about to lose to Carson Wentz, who everybody forgets. Carson Wentz used to be a good quarterback and might still be. We just don't know because he's backing up the best quarterback in the league. It is what it is. Regardless if he's the best quarterback this year, right now he is the Michael Jordan of football. It is what it is. And God.
It's Andy Reid. It's Andy Reid. That's the thing. It's Andy
Like
Reid.
they're going those players, backups or not, they're going out there to win that game.
Yeah.
He made Alex Smith look like a comparable football player for like 4 years.
Well, I mean, Alex Smith should have been a comparable football player because he was a number 1 goddamn draft pick.
He was doing that before he was at Andy Reid. He revived his career the last couple of years he was with San Francisco. The only reason he got moved on from is because Colin Kaepernick came in when he got hurt and went on a playoff run, I think. And then they were like,
he pulled a Tom Brady on him. And he just wasn't, a Drew Bledsoe Tom Brady thing, kind of.
Yep, essentially. And Drew Bledsoe wasn't a slouch. He was pretty solid, actually.
Yeah, no.
He was a number 1 pick.
He was still pretty good with the Bills.
Yeah. He was with the Cowboys for a season or two. He bounced around for a second, actually. But
God, every time I think about Alex Smith, it just amazes me that he, all the quarterbacks that were number 1 picks, and I'd be like, man, that dude was really a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Bro, Sam Bradford.
Bro, fucking Ryan Leaf.
Oh, Lord. Hold on. I got a better one for you, Jamarcus Russell.
Achilles Smith. We can keep going.
Achilles Smith.
Yeah.
Name drop. Damn. All right. Well, look.
All right, we do need to get up off of here because we've literally been on here so long, and I need to. I don't even have to work tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow night, but
you got a fap nap.
Get this overtime.
Hear that? Well, gentlemen, thank you for coming on this evening and talking Texans ball with me. Folks, thank you for joining us as we, kind of just chop it up and talk Texans. hit the like, subscribe button on the channel. Go to Chris's channel. That's Crazy Podcast to Talk. Like, subscribe, notification bells. Do the same thing from at Mass3 Productions across all the social medias. Folks, be good people and go Texans.
Go Texans, goddammit.
Go Texans.